The mood is great right now. We go back 7 weeks, start of pre-season, looking at what we need to do to improve on what we built last year. And the response from the players has been first class. Their attention to detail, their attitude, and just their overall game during pre-season has been brilliant. And what better way to test themselves against the defending champions away from home in front of a hostile crowd. So, they're all super excited. They're all raring to go. And we just can't wait for that whistle to blow. Yeah, I think so. I think you use it as fuel because you want to be in that position this time next year as well. We want to go out there and show everyone how far we've come in the last year or so. Again, Portland deserved the title. They deserved to win the championship last year, but this year is a new year, and everyone's fighting for that championship, and it's going to be another really competitive season for everyone. So, like I said, there's no better place to test yourself here in front of a hostile environment against the defending champions. So we're excited to get started on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, you have to take every game as it comes. The league is it's a marathon and not a sprint. So we bring our attention to Portland on Sunday, and go back to what you said earlier. It started, in pre-season, where we had to get our principles, our culture, our identity in place before we started moving into a style of play. It's a new group. It's a lot of young players. It's getting them to know each other. That's why we did a pre-season trip for a week, and it wasn't for them to get to know me. It's for them to get to know each other and what their hobbies are and what they like as people. And I think that is really important as you're in a team environment, because you're going to have to rely on each other through good times and hard times throughout the season. So, there's a real togetherness here. And like I said, there's a young team who are excited to prove themselves against some of the best players and some of the best teams in the world. So, yeah, again, we were excited to get going on Sunday. Yeah, no, I think it's great. You have to get the community excited about what's in store for this team, and the more you can expose the club and the team, the more excitement there is around the city. So having a local broadcast to televise the games and get more fan engagement is only going to put us in a stronger position, and hopefully get more people in the stadium to come watch us play. And the players fully deserve that, going through what they went through this pre-season and all the hard work and the dedication that they've put into it. Ultimately, it's our job to win games, but if we can get more fans in stadiums and really sell the Orlando Pride, we're in a good and really positive position moving forward. In this sport, it's a team game, and the best team wins on the day. And it's not just going to be reliant on our individuals. It's going to be reliant on the team and how they perform in certain circumstances. We know that we're going to have to weather storms. They're a good team. They've got high quality players, but we've come a long way. Pre-season, we had a really positive pre-season. Some of the results against NWSL teams and the collegiate teams has been positive, and now where points actually matter, can we transfer them performances into results and get points now? again, looking at our roster, it is a young roster. The message is make a name for yourself. Let them remember you after they leave the field. So again, there's no better place to do that than Portland away. Yeah, I'm sure it was a frustrating time for her because she couldn't contribute on the field, but having her around, on the field, giving her feedback and being fully engaged in the vision that we have here as a club, really helps the young players and the players who are out there performing each week. So having her back and contributing on the field is somewhat having a new player. She took her rehab really well. She was flying. She's a different kind of player I've ever seen. Who, she has a serious injury like that, and it hasn't affected her. It hasn't affected the way she plays. She's still the same Marta as she was before, and I'm sure everyone's going to be excited to see her back on the field and performing and contributing to the Orlando Pride. Going back to last year, I don't think we scored enough goals in the attack, and everyone has to contribute. And looking through pre-season, all the forwards have contributed in some capacity, whether it's assists or goals. And there's a real competition in the front line now. Everyone's fighting for a starting spot. Everyone's fighting to get on the bench, and that's what we want. That's what we were trying to build here, is that everyone's challenging each other, and there's always someone behind you who's looking for your spot. So I think it's not only on the forwards to score goals. The defenders can pinch in with some set piece goals as well, which also can dictate your season. You get a 1-0 set piece goal, you walk away with 3 points. I know a lot of managers will take that throughout the season. So I think as overall, everyone has to do a job and contribute as best they can. And I don't think it's just on the forwards to score goals. Having been an ex-centre back myself, I always took that responsibility in set pieces to try and contribute and try and score. We hit the ground running straight away. The medical staff did a terrific job with keeping players fit and healthy. We had obviously a periodization plan, so we weren't overloading the players, and they could go out on a match day and perform to the best of their ability. And their overall fitness, looks good. They feel good. They feel strong. They feel fit. They feel like they could go and sustain a high level for the duration of the game. So, we were really strategic with our pre-season and the competition that we were playing. We wanted to make it competitive, to really challenge ourselves. And I think we did that. I think reviewing pre-season, there was a lot of positives. The only real negative was Carrie Lawrence injury, which, we all wish her a speedy recovery, and you never like to see that happen to a player. But I know she's strong, and I know she can go through this process with a head held high, and she'll come back fitter and stronger once she's recovered from her injury. She's been brilliant. She's been first class. Every decision that we make are aligned with each other. I know that from the outside, people look at our roster and go, there's not many big names here. And, what I said earlier is, these young players, these players who people may not be familiar with, have to go make a name for themselves. So we've tried it in the past. We've had the big names. It hasn't worked. So we had to change something. We had to change our identity and look towards the future. And I think, the good thing with the draft picks and the players that we've brought in, they're all together in what we're trying to achieve here, and they all fight and they all want to represent the Pride as best as they can. So again, I think the fans and the people from the outside should be excited of what this team will look like in this season. I think with a player like Marta, you've got to give her the freedom to go express herself, and that's when she's at her best. She's going to do things that are unpredictable, and it's to the benefit of us. She'll pull something out of nothing, and I think that sets players like Marta apart from the others. You know, a 6-time World Player of the Year, and she's won every individual accolade you can think of, and you know, she's a great person as well. You know, she wants to help this team. She wants to improve. She wants to get better, and you know, she's excited for the year. Having missed a full season last year, I can't speak enough about her, and she's just great to work with. In all honesty, she's great to work with, and again, we're all looking forward to see what she does this year.